Now, when we know what is function declaration and function expression, let's compare them and define the difference. So first of all, difference how we create it. For function declaration, we call function with name. For function expression, we create any variable and assign this variable our function. The next, what is important, that function expression is created when the execution reaches it and is usable only from that moment. How it works? Browser executes JavaScript line by line, and in our case, function sum2 will be reachable just when browser will reach this line, when we create this function. For function declaration, it can be called in any moment, even if it wasn't defined yet. How it looks? Let's take a look on this case. I want to console log result of function sum 2 and 3, and in the same time I want console log result of sum 2 and 3. So right now I know that I have these two functions and I want to call them, execute, and pass two parameters. Let's see result. And we see result that for the first function sum it was executed and we have result 2 plus 3. For the second one, sum it's not defined, so it means that function declaration we can use even before we declare it. We just need to know that this function is in the file somewhere and then we can execute it. For function expression, we need to use function just after we declared this function. In this case, it will work. Let's try again. So function expressions are created when the execution reaches them. It's important. Another case, what's the difference? For example, we have two functions. Let's take a look on this sample. So we have the same prompt, we ask something and we have a condition if, and in this condition we declare function. We want to declare a function welcome for one age and we want to declare a function welcome for another age. And then we want to execute this function. It will depend on the age. So let's take a look how it works. For example, 18, let's click OK. Greetings. Right now it works, and even for this it will work, but it works just in old mode. In case we will use strict mode, and let's try again. 18, what we see error because of it happens because of function declaration is only visible inside the code block in which it resides. For example, in our case we have if code block, and in this if we created function, so it will be visible just inside this function. For example, if we will call it here or here, it will work fine. Let's try. Same 18, greeting. So it works, but it doesn't work outside the block. How we can solve it? We can solve it with function expression. To do it, even in strict mode, we can create Now the problem is solved because of we declared variable outside the block, and then inside this block we just assigned new value of this variable. Let's take a look. 18, greeting. So the problem is solved. So it was the main difference between function declaration and function expression. I will show you one small difference for function declaration when we will talk about recursion in JavaScript.